Hello everyone, Manthrow here, and welcome back to another quest guide. Today we're going to be doing As a First Resort. Now, I do want to give a little bit of a heads up. This is a longer quest, so this will be a longer video. But we are starting to get into the quests that are going to be taking longer and longer to complete. So I do want you guys to keep that in mind. Without any further ado, though, to start this quest, you need to speak to Chief Tess, which is who I'm near right now, and Uglug. To get here, the best way to do is, if you have not enabled the lodestone, is to just run south of Enil, south the Ogre encampment, if you will, all the way down to the shore, and you will be here. Eventually, you'll be able to use the port traveling. But that is actually about it. The quest... Sorry about that. The quest requirements are, for quests, big chompy bird hunting and Zogre flesh eaters. You will need to have 51 fire making, 4,858 wood cutting. You will need at least 8 achy logs, at least 15 eucalyptus logs, which are right outside here, so there's no big deal. 4 normal spears, any kind, so bronze will work. 2 roll chompy meats, tinderbox, 8 stripy feathers, which is actually from the birds that are right out here, the tropical. 4 wolf bones, 8 larupia furs. I'm not sure if tatty or regular furs. I'm not sure. So I might have to actually catch a few more, because I think I have like 2 tatty ones. Box trap, bird snare, knife, logs for the deadfall. It is also encouraged to have a hatchet in case you need more logs, which if you have your tool belt, of course you're going to have a hatchet. It may require even more eucalyptus logs, a teasing stick, if you do not have Larupa furs. And you'll need to have weapons and armor for the wolf bones if you don't have it. And of course, if you need to gather your raw chompy meat. But I already have a lot of that, so we should be alright. It just depends on if certain things are actually acceptable or not. Okay, so we need to talk to the Chief Tess, who's right here. And we need to be able to get this facility open, which actually has a lot of benefits to it if you know, for whenever down the road. Okay, what's going on around here? What does she want? Business venture. Okay. Can I help? Be happy to. Where exactly is the boss lady? Alright. We shall now go talk to the boss person. If you see here, you can't quite use the bank yet. Otherwise you go into a little bit of a dialogue, so it has to be unlocked first. So what's going on around here? What's the problem? Okay. A little bit of a dialogue. You can skip through it if you want to. Tell me more. But of course, you always want to go for the most, appealing, appeasing type comment. Blah, 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 blah. The pools and the springs, they have amazing properties, which they actually do. Which will be very beneficial for people down the road. Okay, there's a lot of talking, a lot of talking. Okay, well, why not? Alright. Okay. So instead of your guide is constantly guessing, eventually she finally tells you. Okay, so we gotta talk to Charger. Get this catering under wraps. There's even achy logs right here. Alright, so we have all those logs here. Talk to her. You'll put them on there. There's more inventory space freed. Fine, I'll get the spears. I already have them. Alright. Got the spears. Give this 4 spears. There we go. But of course, I'll get the chumpy birds. I already have them. Okay. Yep, got the chompies. Alright. So that part of the quest is now complete. Now we're on to the accommodations part of the quest. I think I have to light the fire. Alright, now I get to talk to the boss lady again. Okay, so that was actually pretty simple. Which you find out she is Belnia. Okay. Snurg. I gotta go talk to Snurg and see what Snurg needs. I'll go see Snurg and get the transition right away. Snurg looks like it would be in the bigger building here. That's not Snurg. That's Sigrid. Okay, there's Snurg, all the way down here at the end. Come on, there we go. Talk to Snurg. Alright. Sure, I'll bring you some feathers. I already have them. Okay. Alright, now I need to go talk to Belnia again, because there's no longer steak pillows. So, ooh, I can access my bank now. So now I'm going to need this stuff. And that'll actually be it for those parts. Go to the saloon, which is actually where initially was going to go. Alright, so let's go over here to the saloon. The salon. Saloon is something far different. Okay, let's talk to Kring. Okay. Course. Okay, what do you need? Oh, I said the wrong thing. That's why. I said the smart aleck kind of thing. Why, sure, I'd be happy to help. Okay, so we got the Larupa furs. Okay. Got everything right here. You sure can. Okay, so now we have all that done as well. Not much left to do, I believe, other than clearing out all the wildlife. Okay. I gotta go talk to Seagood, which Seagood is right up here. Okay, so we got to get rid of the bugs. Okay, this one you actually want to really listen to. It says there's several different pools. Each pool is different stuffs, and each pool attracts different types of buzzy buzzes. Okay. Okay. By each pool, you'll notice a fire pit where fire started, burning stuffs to make the smells that buzzy buzzies hate the most. Okay. Pile of stones by each one. When you see a long brown rock, add eucalyptus log to the fire. Every fire needs eucalyptus logs. When you see a green lump-shaped rock, add fever grass. Red round, prime. See yellow, tansy, orange, stink. Tall purple, lavender. So now I need to get all these herbs and I need to get logs out of my bank again. Deposit the rest of the feathers. And this is why it might take more than just a little bit to get rid of the bugs. But I'd recommend getting at least 2 of each, this way you know you have enough to cover everything you may or may not need. So a couple fever, a couple tansy, couple prime, there's lavender, Okay, now I just need the stink bloom, which I have not seen any stink bloom. That might be it out there. Yep, stink bloom. Okay. Now you got to see what the different types of flowers look like too as well. Alright. Okay, so now we have to go through and we have to figure out which logs go where. Examine the pile of stones. Okay. So we're supposed to get rid of these bugs. Oh. Okay. So I'm actually going to need to write some of this down because there's no way I'm going to be able to remember all this. This way, because I believe it's actually kind of different for each one, each person a little bit. Okay, so we're going to... Which items go with which rocks? Okay, so long. It's something better to write on. This should work. Okay, so long, brown. Just a uke. Green lump, fever, red round, prime, yellow egg, that is the tansy, and orange square is the stink. Okay. Oh, and tall purple. And that is the lavender. Okay, so now that we got all that, we'll just start from the very bottom. Well, we could start from up here. We'll start from up here since it's right there. Examine the pile of stones. Okay, so we got a long brown. Whoa, 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 whoa. Take those ukes. We don't want to just waste the ukes. Okay, so we got tall brown. Well, long brown. And yellow egg. So yellow egg is tansium. So we'll do that. And now we'll light it. But something isn't right. Okay, so now I gotta go talk to her again to see what's going on because the bugs didn't clear. Okay. Alright. So I gotta find out what they did. Alright. So let's talk to the kids here and see what I can't find out. I think that's what I'm going. Okay. So now we have to go through and we have to experiment with each one to find out what they actually need versus anything else. So we already know this one does not need the tansium. So we'll try the fever grass. This is why you're going to need this is why this quest actually takes a while. This fire only takes 2 materials. But okay, so the first one is the yellow egg, and that actually took prime. So now we know what the yellow egg takes. So now we want to see if there's any more fires with the yellow egg. Because if we have more fires with that, it's going to reduce the amount of stuff we're going to need. Okay. So that actually won't help much. That one has 4 rocks. This one has 3 rocks. This one I think has 3. The only one we figured out so far is this one. Let's see how many rocks this one has. This looks like it has 3 as well. Examine the pile of stones. Okay, yellow egg. So here we have the red and the yellow. So we already know this is going to take prime weed. So we'll put the prime weed in. And we'll put in the fever. Whoa, 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 whoa. Put in the fever here yet. And then we'll light this. Hopefully this will take care of the red rock. Light the fire, buddy. Light the fire. I have 7 to 8 fire making. Why is this taking so long here, buddy? Light the fire. Now this is embarrassing. There we go. Alright, so for the red rock we can rule out fever grass. But now I want to need more prime. Because well, I'm out of prime. But we do have 2 more to go. And once we figure out the red rock, we can go and figure out the next one that goes along with it. So I'm going to need at least, we'll get 3 more prime here. Get a little bit more eucalyptus and some right here. And I'm definitely going to need it. This is one of those moments where you don't quite understand why your person won't do the skills. And I gotta do something 1 sec, so I'll be off cam just a little bit. And whee! Okay, I need to get a little bit of airflow here. And he still has it. There we go, finally. 1 eucalyptus log took way too long. All right, we'll stick with that for now since he doesn't want to seem to woodcut at all. Okay, so we tried fever grass and it does not work with that. But see, here's another one. Once we get that, we can get the bluestone. Okay, so we need to use the eucalyptus log with the fire pit. And then use the prime weed. And use the tansy. And we need to light that. I'm ready to write if I need to. Now this combination might work with me, or work with just me, might work with you as well. So if you actually want to, you can use it and see how it goes for you. So that didn't work for me. So now we're going to try the prime along with lavender. And we'll light this fire, see how this goes. Okay, so lavender for the red round. So that is actually very good. So now we have 2 fires down. Examine pile of stones. So we got the green gumdrop. So I'm going to try, of course, this. We need the lavender. And I want to try the stink bloom since I have it with me already. And stink bloom works for the green drop. So we'll write that down. And that means all that's left is just a few more, actually. So we want to examine these pile of stones. Okay, we got the green gumdrop and the tall purple. So I need some stink. I need one of each of every. Well, I need the fever grass. I need the tansy. And then I need some more logs and then some more stink bloom. And it doesn't look like there's actually any stink bloom that's kind of nearby. And why is my... Cut the logs! It should not take this long to cut one log. There we go. We'll use the 2 for now. And see what I can't get here. Let's get a couple stink here. Okay. So I think we only have 2 more pools to go, so that's actually really good. Okay, so we got the green gumdrop. Which takes the stink bloom. And all we need to do is either add the fever grass or the tansy. Apparently it's a tansy. So we'll use that with that. And that is the tall purple. Tall purple is now the tansy. And that leaves only 1 left, which is the fever for the orange sphere. So I need a fever. Let's see here. I need, what do I need? Red sphere. So I need a lavender. A purple tall, so I need tansy. And an orange square, which is the fever. And then, of course, eucalyptus logs. So I don't need any more prime. I don't need any more stink. I just need the fever. Tansy. And then the lavender. And of course, eucalyptus log. And hopefully it doesn't take 5 years to cut one log again. Hink. Ha ha ha. There we go. Okay, now we have everything we need to complete these fires. Add the log. Add all the plants. Light it. There we go. Now we have all the pools going nicely. Okay, so now we need to go back to Sigrid to tell her that we got the pools all cleaned up. Okay, so now we need to go back to Balnia. Let's talk to her. Okay. Sure. Let's get this done. Chief Tess is what we need to talk to get rid of all these. Alright, so up here's Chief Tess. You're right. Okay. So I need to burn the right thing to hunt these creatures that are in here. How do I catch diseased Kabets? Alright. Okay. So do not burn Tenzium around the Kabets. They get aggressive with Tansy. They love fever. For the Kabet. Okay, so fever for the Kabet. Okay, I need to box trap the Plata. Okay. So, a lavender for the platies. Okay. And the wimpy birds. They like the tansy. All right. So if you noticed, each one of them kinda doesn't like something the other one likes. So you want to try to kind of clear one side out to the other. And while I'm here, well, while I'm near my bank, it's a good idea to get my box traps. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is I want to try to clear out this area over here and make my way out. So, it looks like there's wimpy birds first. And there's stuff out here, but I am worried about the stuff out there. So I need some tansy. So we'll get a few tansy here. And then I want to get a few lavenders. And then a few fever. It'd be better to do this in stages rather than trying to clear out the one whole species at a time. So I need tansy. Alright. Let's get as many of these birds as I can to follow me around. There we go. Okay. So now I got a bunch of these birds following me. What? I must need the bird trap to be able to get rid of them. Yeah, I need the bird snares. So I need a bird snare. Alright. I do have a bird snare with me, so that's actually pretty good. And then we'll lay bird snare down. Please just land on it already. There we go. There's one of the birds. If I head out back, there's a couple birds back here. Hopefully I can get the bird to go to it. Okay, the bird's not going to go to it for some reason. I have it lured. There we go. There's 2 birds down. Okay, birdies, one of you can land on that, please. Reset the bird snare since they waited until after it was gone. Okay. Drop the ashes. I don't need those ashes anymore. So this part is the part that can kind of take a while too. Because you're basically waiting on these creatures to do what they need to do in order for you to actually move on with the quest. Alright. So there's the next one. I just have, well, from what I can see, one more bird. There's probably more. Maybe not. Maybe that is actually all the birds. Okay, so now we'll just take a quick little lap here to make sure it's all the birds or not. If it is all the birds, I can just get rid of the tansium. Which, it's all the birds. So if you want to, now you can bank the feathers, the raw bird meat, and now you won't have to worry about that anymore. Okay, now I'm going to need logs, any kind of logs, I believe. I always have plenty of logs anyway. For the box traps. If you're not familiar with box trap hunting, that would explain it, but yeah, you do need box traps. Okay. And Quebec's like the fever grass. So we have one right here. So now we got the one down. Now I just need one more. I don't need the diseased Quebec fur. So now we got another one down. And looks like there's only 2 more of these to go. Come on. He waited until the fire went out, and then he went for it. There we go. Alright, now we have one more Quebec to set up for. Which really isn't bad. There we go. I'll take a quick peeky poo. And I believe that is actually it. So now I can burn all the fever grass. Take the ashes. And now we just need to get the platypuses that are right up here. Okay, so I can only do one trap at a time. That's why I'm doing it this way. There's 3 platypuses, so it's not too bad. Oh, no, there's 4. I thought there was only 3. There's 4. But if you have a couple lavenders, you should still be alright. Rebuild the trap since it set it off after the smoke went out again. Come on, one of you go in the trap. There we go. There's just 2 more to go. It's at the flying bugs. Say, please go in that trap. One of you did. Thank you. Okay, so we just need one more of these. And then that should be it. That one platypus is just hanging on me and it's not actually going in the trap. I think these bugs are here because of the lavender burning. Okay. There we go. You little jerk. Alright, so I'm going to stand right here and you can really only hope it goes for the trap. And we play the waiting game. So this quest is actually a lot easier than I remember. Ba-da-ba-ba. There we go. Now we can remove that. Okay, now we got to get rid of the platypus family. So we'll take them over here, away from the town. This way we can release them back into the wild. What better spot than right up here? Release them all. And release this one yet. Oh, a casket. Thank you. Release this one. What are you going to give me? Another casket? Sweet. And then release the final one. And another casket. So now we have them all released. We have all the pools done. That should be it. So we'll talk to Belnia. We'll see if that's the final part or if it's with the chieftain. Okay. Looks like that's it, because now we're into a little cutscene. That is a weird cutscene. Very short cutscene. Oh, there we go. Here's the actual thing. A lot of goblins. Yeah. Alrighty. Humans, goblins, and there's gnomes. Ogres, of course. Alright. There we go. Now, you get 1 quest point, 15,000 fire making, 50,000 hunter, 15,000 woodcutting XP. And you have access to spa facilities, Ooglug Hunter area, and the platypus pet. So, now it's time to check out these springs. Okay. Okay, so there's different pools. Not quite sure how you get into them. Okay, there we go. You can go over here and you can climb over it. This pool, I'm not sure what it is. This is the Bandos pool, which marks you as a Bandos follower for 1 hour, meaning you will not be attacked by Bandos followers in the God Wars dungeon. So that is a good one. This is probably the Sulfur pool. Okay. Yes, this is a Sulfur pool, which raises your prayer by 10%. And once you use it, it depletes it, of course. This is probably the Saltwater pool. Okay. And, yep. This is the Saltwater one, which has unlimited run energy for an amount of time dependent on your agility level. And Shawnee, if you see this at all, that's one that needs to actually be here for your benefits. This is going to be the Thermal pool, which this is all you have to do is just take a dip. It'll temporarily raise life points well above base, cures disease and poison. So 3% above, which is actually pretty good, and if you combine it with some other things, it's even better yet. And it also lasts 60 minutes. Mud pool, which temporarily raises your hunter skill by 7. So if you go in here, actually raise it by a little bit more than 7. And then the time for the luck draw, the caskets, and the pearl. So that'll do it for this quest, guys. So thank you guys so much for watching. And until next time, later, guys.